And here is just a rough overview what we are doing in the training. The yellow marked points are the one which we normally train in a online training. But today I think we will focus here on the LAN gateway on this chapter. And I just will start with some basics at the beginning. Maybe some specialities in that area, the wildcard public and Astro Functionality, because that's a kind of interesting, it's unique on the Talento Smart, partly. And then maybe short words to the templates and then go to the LAN. That's the plan I have for today, okay? Then start with the family. I don't know if all of you knows the family and the naming of the family members behind. We have three groups. This is the B group, the C and the S. The B means the basic functions, the basic timer. The C means the comfort timer. Comfort means we have some more functionality inside, like special functions, circle, impulse, Astro Functionality and so on. And then we have the S version, the S family with the CE2, and that's just the system area of the Talento Smart. The system is the biggest one, and this is what we will concentrate later today. If we go with LAN, then we have to use the system, the S25, and if you would like to have more channels, more output channels, we can extend that to the CE2, but this is something which I will show you here on the board. Okay, then starting with one more basic point, and that's the display. And I just would like to explain a bit, because many problems which occur, many calls which we get is related to something which you can easily fix by yourself. If a customer if a customer, for example, is calling you and said, I get no connection from my Bluetooth, from my Wi-Fi with the timer. What is wrong? Your system is not working. Most of the times the problem is this icon. You can solve it with this icon. Because the Bluetooth icon, we have two Bluetooth icons, this and this one. The Bluetooth icon, if the timer is ready to connect, it is flashing. And if it is not flashing, then you will not get the connection to that. And if it is permanently on, you will get no connection as well, because then somebody else is connected with the timer. These are the main problems which we see. You can switch on and off the Bluetooth by this button, and then if you would like to have a connection, then you have to take care that this symbol is flashing, and then it is working. It is working 100%. I have never seen that there is any problems if the signal is flashing. After a firmware update, or if you get a new device out of the box, out of the factory, it could be it is switched off. The default value is off, and then you just have to push the button once, and then all is working. But that is something which you should know. The display by itself, it's organized like that. You have 4 buttons, and depending on the menu where you are, you get different signs here over the button, and this is always related like this. This is the main screen, and these 2 buttons are switching manually your relay, the relay output. This is switching your Bluetooth on and off, and this is going into the menu. But later on in the menu, you have different functionalities on that. That's roughly the functionality of the display. One point is a good point as well. If a customer calls you and said, I've written a program, but it's not switching. I cannot see that it is not working like I've expected. And then you can easily test it, because here we have a graph bar, and we have 24 dashes, and with each dash what you can see is for 1 hour. And if there is an instruction in the memory which says switch on the relay, then you will get a black dash, otherwise it's empty. That means if the customer is saying I've made a program but it's not switching, it's not working, you just can ask, please show me the graph, the bar graph. And if this is completely white, you know he have not transferred the program into the timer, something like that, or he have made any other mistake in the program. But if you can see that here are some of the graph bars, that means 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 24, the complete day. And if there is a command for switching, then you should have a black bar here. And then the timer will switch for sure. These are two problems which we can see sometimes when customer call us. Later on we have the FAQs, and we can have such information as well included. Okay, that's just a few basic points. Then I will go back to the overview. I will jump over here. Even I will not explain how to create a program. You have to do that tomorrow by yourself. Maybe later on, if we make some samples, maybe we create a program. But for the moment, right now, I will jump over here. I just go to the wildcard function as the next one. And here I go into the PC software to show you how this is working. The wildcard function is very powerful. Just a small thing, but it's very powerful. If I show you how it is working, if we go to the templates and just create a program, a simple program. I will do a program with date because the wildcard function is related to the date, and here you can give a date for a single day. This is today, or you can give a date range from beginning to end, start and end, and you have the possibility here to use these both buttons. If you, for example, click on year, then you can see you get stars for the year. That means this is an instruction which will be executed if you use the wildcard functionality every year. For example, if you have the 25th of December, some specialty, what you would like to do, you just have to use to program once an instruction, make the wildcard function in the year, and this is executed for the future, for the next future, as long as you can, as long as we all live here in the room. That means
only with the S25 or also with the C15, C25?
You have in the Comfort version you have the yearly functionality, and the yearly functionality means you have a date. Otherwise, in the basic, there is no date included. It's just a normal weekly function. But if you have a yearly function, then you have this screen. You can program it with the wildcard. That means the wildcard function is included in the C version and in the S version. And the same is possible if you will not have it every year. You can have it every month, for example. And then every third of the month, this instruction will be executed. That means it's a small thing, not very big to use it, but it's very powerful. You will see that if we talk about the public holidays later on, if you have public holidays on some of the public holidays or on fixed dates every year, you just have to program that once and make it wildcard year, and then you will have it for all the future. That's one point which I would like to show you. Then going back, changes will be lost, okay. Going back to the presentation. I think that's the next point which I have is the holiday function, yeah. That fits together. I go again to the Talento Smart. Here we do a program, and the public holidays for many countries is included in the software. I do it with date, and I go to the buttons. Can you read that? It means holiday, and then I get a new screen. I can choose the country, which country I would like to have the public holidays, and you can see here are many countries are included. We can just go to somewhere. What do we have? Somebody is here. Denmark, France, Ireland. We go to Ireland, and then we have here two kind of public holidays. That means we have fixed public holidays. That's depending on Eastern. If you go to Eastern, and then they have always the same, the 24th of December or the 25th of December is always the 25th. It doesn't matter which day it is, but there are some which are not related to Eastern, and they are moving a bit every year. And then you have to program that especially for that date, and that's the floating. That means we have two kinds of public holidays, floating and fixed. And then you can go not only for this year, you can expand that maybe for the next years. You can give here, that's too much. Here we have 25th, 26 till 29, but you can go further in the future. There is no limitation right now to 2093, and then you get a much longer list of the public holidays. And then, yeah, that's maybe with Ireland not a good example. I go back because in some countries you have more differentiation into the public holidays. And I go to Germany because then I know it a bit better. We have here different regions in Germany, and then you can select the region in Germany. For example, we here in Baden-Württemberg, and then you will get only these public holidays for Baden-Württemberg. That makes it quite easy for you to have a program which is only executed on public holidays, because mostly if you have a light which you control, it's switched on and off the whole week, and then you have special days, public holidays for example, where it is off, the shop is closed, and then you have not to do it by yourself and think about, oh, next year, when will it be next year? Just go into that in this public holiday manager, and he will help you to do that very easily. Now I can select all days, and I can edit, and you will see this is kind of the program. I can say next, and then I have all this. I will do just a simple program that you can see how it is displayed. And say final here. Here you have a normal program. This is divided in two ranges. One is the date range and one is the time. Oh, I've not programmed the time. I've not made. I can do a add-on here. Do it again. I say Monday to Sunday, channel 1, and say OK. Edit to, and then I have it here. You can see this instruction, this on instruction, which we have programmed, and this will be executed on all these days. That's very easy to do and very powerful. That's the functionality of the public holidays. Now going back, and I would like to show you one more special thing, and this is the Astro Functionality and the Astro Correction. I think you are aware what it means, the Astro, because of the sunrise and sunset. You just can say with the location where you are right now, you can set the location, and then the timer is calculating the sunrise and the sunset for your region there. And you can program that very easily, and that means if you have a light which goes on or off, for example, street lights is used very often. The Talento Smart, for example, is used in Spain, in Barcelona, in this community, to switch on the street lights, and they use the Astro Functionality of the C or of the S25. I show it in the presentation here. How does it look like? Astro Function. Yeah. The way you program it is very easy. You have here the normal functionalities on, off, impulse, cycle, and randomly on or off, and then you have sunrise or sunset. This is the way you can just choose what you would like to have, but take care, in the basic versions Astro is not included. That means if you choose sunrise and sunset, you not have to give a time, because this is calculated by the timer itself. The only thing what you have to do is to set the coordinates, and I can show that in the PC software. That's a pretty cool feature as well. If you go to the templates, go to the settings, and here you have the coordinates. This is the coordinate from St. Georgen here in Germany, but if you would like to change it, you have not to think about how you can find another GPS coordinates. You can just move and go to the position where you would like to be, I go here in this region, and then I can zoom in. The internet connection is not the best what we have here right now, but you can zoom in and then just click on the position and say apply, and then you have these coordinates selected, and then you have only to push it to the timer or push it to the timer over LAN or over Bluetooth, and then the location is set, and this location is used for calculating the sunrise and the sunset time. And it looks like if we do a simple program, I have here an example. Here, can you see that? It's not very well. I make it a bit bigger maybe. Can you see the difference here and here? Yeah, you can see it? Because I have the program here in the presentation which says on with sunset every day and off with sunrise. That means in the evening when it's going to be dark, light should switch on, and in the morning when the sun is rising up, then the light should switch off. That's a normal application for something like that. Because I would like to show you some special things, and therefore it's important that you see that. Yeah, we should have a better view. Maybe I can do it in online with you. That means I go to the timer, make a program, delete that, delete that what we have done, and make an Astro program. Delete that completely. Okay. Then I do a new program, and this will be an Astro program. And I will do it without date because it should be executed every day. And then I say on with sunset every day, channel 1. And I will switch it off with sunrise. The same days it's predefined. With channel 1 it's predefined. That means just click on the add command and save. This is the program, very simple. You see how easy and fast it is possible to do. And what I would like to show you is the chart here.
One of these settings.
Yeah, go here and change the colors to do it a bit.
Stroke lines.
This that for Astro. I do that a bit more brighter. Okay? Going back. This is only the line. Yeah, but I think it's good enough to see what happened. That means this is January, February, June, July till December, the 12th month, and this is the time every day. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And what you can see here, the location, I'm not sure what, we have changed the location to somewhere in Estland, I guess. And we see here the sunrise and the sunset. That means in January we have here, if you go maybe to that point, this is the 10th of January, and we have a sun set at 20, at 20 minutes after 3 o'clock. That means we are pretty much in the north. And the sun rise is in the morning on the same day. It's about on 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. If you go to summertime, then it's much different, because then we have a sunrise in June, for example, 14th of June. The sun will rise at 3:43. That means it's quite early. It's for a Middle European person, it's very early to have a light at that time. But it's interesting, yeah. And the other side is the sunset. It's at this time, and this is pretty late. And I would say this is 21. It's half hour after 9 o'clock. And do you have an idea what it means? This jump here, this jump and this jump.
Time switching?
Yeah. summer winter time. We have adjusted summer winter time European normal, and that's the last week of March and the last week of October, and that's what we can see here in March. End of March there's a jump, and here October, yeah, here's a jump in October as well. That means that's very easy to make such a program. But if you would like to have, and that's the normal Astro functionality, and now the specialty of the Talento Smart is coming, because if you would like to have not the light the complete night on, you just would like to have it maybe on from sunset till 9 o'clock, and then you would like to switch it off, and then you do normally. I go back to the program. Sunset on. Sunset on. Okay, apply. Sunset on, sunrise off. 5 on.
Astro Correction is in the Netherlands also the most common question on the telephone.
Yeah, I think so. Therefore, I would like to spend a bit time on that you understand what it means. Yeah. Okay. Now it should work. Chart. Yeah.
Michael, maybe you can change the inside color also to see it better.
Go here. Color random on. Yeah, that's this one.
Maybe red or something like.
Make it brighter, something like that. Yeah. And now you can see what I would like to show you. This is the curve what we have had at the beginning, but now what happened is that here the sunset is after the off instruction. That means you have an on instruction which is coming later. And this is only in the summertime because of the change of the sun. And this gives a lot of trouble with the customer because it's working, most of the time it's working, but in summertime it's not working suddenly. And then the customer gives you a call and says, there is something wrong with your timer. But it's not a timer, it's just a calculation, and it's just the adjustment what you have done in the program. Normally, if you have no Astro Correction, and that's what you are saying, if you have no Astro Correction, this program will not work for the customer application. You have to change the switch on and off timings, but with the Talento Smart, we have the possibility to do a Astro Correction. And I will do it in online. I'm not sure if it is active, because you can activate or deactivate, and per default it's deactivated. Just see in the settings what it is. And you can see here Astro Correction in the settings. You can switch it on or off, and it is off, and it looks like if you're in the program. I just show it how it looks like. Go here again. You see only the offset. You don't see the correction, the Astro Correction. But now I switch it on. I will say OK. I go to the settings and switch it on, the Astro Correction. And then we go back to the overview and go to the program, for example. Make the modification.
Do it by the time.
Yeah,
By
you have to select the time.
Yeah. Yeah, here. And now you're pretty good, yeah. And now you see that you have an additional field which you can enter some instruction. And we go to the on and off instruction, for example here. And you have to make a change in this instruction, because these instructions are only executed under special conditions. And there are 4 different conditions which you have to choose, and then you can cover all the problems. If it is during daytime or nighttime, before or after sunset, you can cover all the different settings which you would like. And I can show you in the presentation how you can imagine which is the right one. These are the fields, and we have different signs. I can make it a bit bigger, that you can see it better. here we have, it's always the sun, and you have two arrows. The arrow which is going up, that means it's the sunrise, and if the arrow goes down, that means it's the sunset. And then you have an arrow which is going to the left side and which is going to the right side, and then it means before or after sunset. And how to know which is the right one to do, there is just a easy way, this is here, an easy way, I explain that normally. With this sign means the arrow goes down, means sunset, and goes to right, means after. And the thing which you should mention by yourself, do not execute the Astro command if sunset is after the fixed time. That's exactly what we need for that problem. Do not execute the Astro command. That means in that case where we have the Astro command after the sunset, which switch on the light for the complete night. Do not execute the Astro command if sunset is after the fixed time. That's exactly what we have here. I'm going back to show that. Cancel. Cancel. Okay. Go to the charts. That means the Astro command here switches on the light, and the sentence means do not execute the Astro command if it is after the fixed date, the fixed time. And this is the way you can go through the different possibilities which you have. In the morning it's the same. Do not switch the Astro command if it is before the fixed time, the same, and there you have to select the right version. I mean, that means a bit that you think about what is the problem and how you should solve it, how it should look like, but then you have the possibility to correct it. Honestly speaking, I have to try to do it. If I get this question, I have to try to do it and show the simulation, because most of the times I have to do it a second time because it's not working like I have imagined. It's a bit complicated, but it's very powerful. It helps you to solve problems with the Astro, which a normal Astro timer maybe cannot correct. But the Talento Smart have this possibility. Okay, that's the point of the Astro Correction. And then going back to the presentation, I think these are mostly the basics which I would like to show. Maybe just a few words to the templates, because this is a powerful tool as well. You can create a template and can send this template as a program via email or via WhatsApp, or how you like to send it to somebody else. In Switzerland we have a customer. He's writing the programs in the office and send it to the technician, which is on site. If they are programming a door opening, for example, they just make the complete installation, and the manager in the office sent him the program on his smartphone, and he transferred it per Bluetooth into the application, into the installation of the timer. That's pretty cool, because that's the function they need. Otherwise, they would not use the product. And I know from the Netherlands in the past, you have made a service for the customer. If they would like to have a program, you have made that program for the customer and send it to him as a service. I don't know if you do that, still doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the time it's just from the phone. We help them on the phone.
Yeah.
But sometimes we send the program to them.
To them.
To really,
yeah.
When it's difficult to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's too difficult.
Yeah, and sometimes we got questions and the customer is asking, oh, I don't know how to do because it's so complicated. And then we wrote the program and give it to him, and he just have to put it as a template into his smartphone or PC app and can transfer it to the timer. And it's quite easy for him. And sometimes they are really complicated programs. Sometimes I need the support from Antonio because I'm not aware that this is working. But if you think about it, you have so many different possibilities. And then if somebody else can help, that's sometimes very powerful to give such a solution to the customer. Okay, then going just in the template and make few words of that. I think about if I should make it in real time. Maybe it's better. Go into the timer here. Go into the template. S25. Go to
I have one
templates.
question. Why is the app version of the laptop so different than the mobile version? Why is it so different?
It is. We have a much bigger screen here, as it is on the. We have the same buttons we have here on the left hand side, on the app version as well. It's on the bottom side, and the functionality is always the same, but it looks a bit different. That's right. Yeah. In Android and iOS, it's very similar, but even in Android and iOS is a bit of difference. But on the PC app, there is a bigger difference. You're right there. If I make a presentation, I prefer to make it on a laptop, because then it's better. I can better explain as it is on a mobile. That's the reason for that. Okay, that means if you have a template, I will create a new template, and it starts with a new template, and then you get a selection. This is on the mobile apps as well, on the iPhone and smartphone and Android app as well. You get a selection because you have to choose the right timer where you would like to use the template later on. For example, if you make a program for S25 and would like to bring it into a C15 or a B15, that's not possible, because not all functionality is available in that timer. Therefore, these have to fit together. That means you have to decide at the beginning what kind of timer you have. And if you use, this is special for the S25, if you select an S25 timer, then you get a question, how many channels do you have? Because you can have on S25 channel extensions, up to 3 channel extensions, and each channel extension have 2 additional relay outputs. And if you make a program with 4 or 6 relay outputs and you would like to put it into a standard S25 only with 2 outputs, it's not working. And therefore we decided you have to select how many channels you have. And for example, if you change to 6, then Talento Smart S25, I've not given a name. This is the one which we have selected. Overview. Yeah. And now you can use it as before. You can use it as you are connected with the timer. You can make a program like you would like to have without date, just a simple program. Have it at 0 o'clock, and you can see here are the 6 channels. And it looks for you like it is one timer, and not have one timer and 2 channel extensions. It looks like it is one timer, and you can select the channels which you would like to have to switch. Add that command and save, and then this is in the template included. And now you have the possibility to send that program to somebody else. That means you can just put the button share, and here's a small difference between the here's Outlook coming, and you can share that per email. And this is the program is an attachment on the email. You can store that on your computer later on. If you go with the smartphone, you will get the possibilities to share it with WhatsApp or with different programs which you have on your mobile as well. This is one possibility, to send it to somebody else that he can use it, or you can go directly. If you're close to your timer, you can say apply, and then you get a list of timer, and even these are the timers which you have in your smartphone app here included. And if you, for example, select here a timer, just show which one we can use. I think the wood panel. And now we have that program in the timer at wood panel. And if you go to the devices, that means normally if you apply, you are in front of the timer. To use that, you just can see where is my wood panel. It is here down. This is the timer. It is offline right now because I don't know. I have had a connection to the timer a long time ago, but right now I don't have it. But you can go as an offline version, and you see that command which we have just programmed here. And you can see, and then you can just, if you have the connection to the timer, can say push to the timer, and that's it. That's the way, creating a template, send to somebody, then you open the template and say apply and send it to the timer. There is one special thing which you have maybe seen. If you say apply, that's a good thing. Here you see the devices, but later on we will go to groups. You can send these programs, these templates to groups as well. Then I think going to the presentation, and we have enough time. That means then we go now to the LAN presentation, jumping back.
Excuse me, I have one question about Smart French. Can you explain how work override function?
Override function, what that means? Override function? Yeah, yeah. How do I that at best? We have, yeah, I go to the real timer and show the possibilities what we have and what that mean override. Yeah. I have here a board with S25, and here I have the camera connected that you can see that. Yeah, make it a bit different. So, switch on the light. Okay, you can see the S25 timer, and the override function is one of 4 status what the relay can have. If I switch on the channel 1, for example, then you can see override, you can see fix on, you can see fix off, and you can see the automatic mode. When there's written nothing, there is there is the automatic mode. And that means fix on and fix off means in that state you will not change the relay output even if you have a program inside on the timer. If the program is running and you have switched to fix on or fix off, it stays in that position. It will not change if you have a program inside. If you have the override function, fix off, and then we go to auto and go back to override. And you can see it was off, and if I push to override, it changed to on. That means I can invert the actual state of the relay, and it stays in that state till the next instruction is coming. If you have a program which says at 6 o'clock I would like to switch off, and you have an override with on, it stays in that position, in that status till 6 o'clock, and then the instruction is executed and then it's switching. That's the difference to fix on, fix off. Fix on, fix off, it stays even if there's an instruction behind, but override changes with the instruction. That's the difference of fix on, fix off. I've one more thing which is maybe interesting for you, and that's because of the relay output. If we just talk about the relay outputs, what a specialty of the Talento Smart is that many times the customer or the customer are asking what is the load and what happened with LED loads, especially switching on LED loads with this high inrush current. A normal bulb, which we have had in the past, have an inrush current which is roughly 10 times higher as the normal current, but if you have an LED, then it could be much higher. It could be 50 times higher than the normal current. And what the Talento Smart is doing is, I just make a small drawing. If you have the sinus wave, like this, and if you switch on the relay somewhere in this area, then you will see this high current, and this is hurting the relay pretty much. And if you do that, the relay will be destroyed pretty soon. With the Talento Smart, we have a detection of the zero crossing of that region, because then the supply voltage is 0. And if you switch on the relay with 0, then no current is flowing, and you are saving the context of the relay pretty much. And that's what we are doing. We checking the zero crossing, and we have measured in production for every timer the time for giving the command switching and really closing the command, closing the contacts. And this is roughly 4 to 6 milliseconds what it takes. And what we are doing in the Talento Smart is, if we have the instruction to switch on, we give the instruction here, switching on, and then we have this delay of the relay of the electromechanical system, and then the contacts are closed here in that region. And then no current is flowing, and the contacts of the relay are pretty safe at that time. That's maybe important for you, that we have a zero crossing detection and switching the relay during zero crossing.
Do other brands also do that? Or is it
Yeah.
a unique selling point for Grässlin?
It's not a unique selling. I know from other competitors they are doing, but not all. There are Chinese products which are not doing that. I know that Theben is doing that as well, but Hugo Müller is doing that. But there are some on the market which are not doing that. It's an additional hardware which you need, an additional software, and especially we are measuring the delay in production and measure each relay in production and store that value in the X-Werprom, in the timer. I think this is an important point if you talk to customer, and even if they ask you for loads. I mean, on LEDs we have 600 watt LED load, but I'm pretty sure it could be extended if there is a need. We can test that, because it's not a limit what we have with 600 watt because of this behavior. And if you don't have that, if you have a mechanical timer and you would like to switch LED loads, you will see that they are very, very fast are dying. I would say maybe if you go up to 200 watt LED with a mechanical timer, you can throw it away after 200 switching cycles. And we have tested that with 40,000 switching cycles, and it's not damaged.